All right, so we have another labor strike. This isn't a new thing. This has been going on for a while, but I mean, it just came to my attention. It's quite difficult to keep up with these things in these times of great tumult. So I asked to be excused. But this is a video that I would like to play from More Perfect Union. It's striking concrete workers in Seattle. They have shut down the city's $23 billion construction industry. They're fighting for higher wages, better health benefits for retirees. 34 workers walked out in November. Now 300 plus workers, I believe it's around 230 workers at 6 companies are on a general strike. Check it out.
There's a lot of tower cranes up downtown, and just drove through there, and those jobs are ghost towns right now. They need concrete, they're waiting on concrete. We want a deal, we want to go back to work.
We are a band of 330 ready mix drivers, dump truck drivers that take a lot of pride in our work.
And how long can Seattle go without the construction continuing? We're willing to stay out here as long as we have to.
Because of the ongoing demonstrations, Seattle's $23 billion construction industry has paused without concrete.
We worked through the pandemic for them, made them a ton of money during the pandemic. And to turn around and deny these families the same medical coverage that we earned, just 2-3 years ago is crazy.
They think they can benefit in the long run off of shortchanging us when they've even said they have the money to give us what we're looking for.
The biggest single thing we're demanding is respect.
And they refuse to negotiate. It's their turn to put another offer on the table, and they refuse to. Companies know that our medical benefits is going to run out. A lot of us are going to sign up with Cobra. A lot of us have got other jobs. Them knowing that and waiting us out past that hurts. Yeah, we're in a fight over this, but you're taking this down to hurting our families, people's health.
Inflation, the cost of living around here has gone through the roof. My local Safeway, just up the hill in West Seattle, they're selling ground beef for $7.99 a pound. And we're building a city that we're not able to live in anymore.
This property in Bellevue's Spring District will be the future home of Meta, formerly Facebook. But today, work stopped because Turner, the construction company, is unable to get concrete.
When concrete doesn't get delivered, it is a domino effect. The steel workers ran out of work first, then it'll be the carpenters, obviously the concrete finishers, and it just trickles on down the line. When you can't pour another deck on a high-rise, they can't keep going up.
As painful it is to watch these other guys getting laid off, I have many friends that have texted or called me and let me know that, hey, what's going on? They're asking, are the companies coming to terms? Are they even talking to you guys? Because they're sitting at home too.
The other trades have really come through for us. They come to a strike line, they bring us protein, sweets, snacks, water, coffee, jokes, handshakes, and thank yous. This is the kind of support I was telling you about.
What we do is not only for us union members, but it sets a bar across the board. When our wages increase to keep up with the cost of living, other non-union companies have to increase their wages to compete for good employees.
Through this strike, and even before, just being involved, it gets you thinking about other industries, other trades, other regions. Strikes like Kellogg's, the John Deere strike. I've got a brother-in-law that's an engineer with BNSF. They just voted to strike. We see our local coffee houses here, Starbucks, very slowly beginning to unionize. There's been efforts in Amazon, and that's going to be a giant push here moving forward. I just read today that REI, I think they were in New York, they're going to vote to unionize. It's not just us. It's an entire class of people that's tired to be pushed around. The working class, blue-collar American deserves, they deserve to be treated with respect. They deserve to earn enough to feed their family, to go out to eat once in a while, to think about a vacation. We're not meant to just go to work and go home and die. We have lives to live, and that's what we're fighting for.
Okay, I mean, obviously it goes without saying, more perfect union. The work they do on this, I mean, it's unparalleled. This is what you should be seeing on CNN, MSNBC, Fox. They're not going to do any of that. Of course not. That's not what they're there for. They're there to serve a purpose, and they're doing it quite fruitfully, I might say. But this is amazing, man. That last guy, I got to tell you, when you see this level of class consciousness, people understanding where they stand in society, and they get it, and they're realizing what's happening to them as well as to many others, and instead of reluctantly resigning and just sitting idly by, they choose to do something about it and to see if they can improve the situation through whichever means they can. And if you're a worker, pretty much the only means you have, at least in this society today, is to withhold your labor, something that is incredibly valuable to a capitalist. It is. They can't live without it. But this is amazing. So I want to just read a little bit of an article from MY Northwest, because this strike has actually really shook an entire industry here, the construction industry. So layoffs into the thousands, more to come as concrete worker strike nears a third month. Picket lines on the major construction sites around the Puget Sound region have been in effect since November 2021. Thousands of construction workers have been laid off as a result, and more will likely follow as negotiations with concrete suppliers remain at a standstill. And this is the crux of what's going on here. The strike is not only having a very troubling impact on our light rail extension to Linwood, the East Side, downtown Redmond, the Federal Way, but also our construction workforce. As of today, our contractors have had to lay off more than 174 workers from our construction sites due to the lack of concrete delays to associated work, with additional layoffs threatening an additional 120 workers at the end of the month. Since early December, or after the strike began, we've missed delivery of more than 14,000 cubic yards of concrete. That's equivalent to 1,400 truckloads, or to give you some perspective, a line of concrete trucks stretching more than 9 miles. Wow. So these workers, these striking concrete workers, have effectively ground this entire industry to a halt. And one of those guys in that video kind of broke it down for us a little bit. If they don't have concrete going in and out, then the next industry, well, it's the same, but the next group of workers that have to play their part after, or whatever. I know I'm kind of butchering this. I don't really speak the language of a construction worker, but needless to say, they really handicap this entire industry as they've been doing. And he talked about how he had buddies sitting at home and everything. And I mean, they're really doing this. And what's happening is these owners, these capitalists, are trying to wait them out and effectively break them. And, I mean, workers in this country, they're treated like cattle. They're treated like cattle, like animals. Like, as he just outlined, that one guy in the last bit, we're not just here to work, go home and die, I think he said. No, it's a person's life should matter much more than just simply the job they do. It should hinge on much more than that. And workers should be afforded the same kind of opportunities at happiness and fulfillment outside of the workplace that these CEOs get, that make millions and billions of dollars in many cases. I wanted to talk about this because, to the effect that I can, let anybody know that these types of things are happening, because they are. And especially in today's society, when we have a government that's so bent on not representing the people and helping out these sorts of people that are striking and fighting for better benefits and what have you. And I do believe also, this is important to note, on February the 1st, their health care was taken away. I'm pretty sure I read that in that article, but I didn't read it out here on this video. Nevertheless, these things are always important to discuss, which is why I do it. Solidarity with these workers, and I'll be monitoring this going forward.